Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. I've got Bryce here with me from the Animaze show. Thank you for joining us on another awesome episode.
As always.
Today, we're going to be covering episode 6 of Jobless Reincarnation. Whew, yeah, building on that story, definitely. Can
Yes.
you Bryce, you mind
Yeah.
letting us know what happened in this episode?
Oh, for sure. So, just so everyone knows, we're going to change up our format a little bit and we're going to do a quick synopsis real quick. So, essentially, we have Rudius and Fitz finding out more about the teleportation and how it's taboo. And we kind of jump over to Rudius and Zenoba talking about making figures. And then Fitz kind of gives a suggestion of, hey, why don't you guys try slavery? And they go and search for a slave. What are your thoughts on just kind of like the beginning part of the episode?
So, one thing that they made kind of obvious is Rudius is starting to get feelings for Fritz. That's kind of like in the beginning of the first season. So it'll be interesting to find out how long it takes for him to find out that it's actually Sylphie.
Yes, I
I'm
am
kind of
very
curious if
curious
they're
how
gonna
that's going to
like
work.
get in, like something's gonna happen because she doesn't want to tell him. Not sure why.
No,
We'll find out, but she does not want to tell him that who she actually is.
I
Do
think
you have
part of
any
that
ideas
stems
on?
from her. I think that stems from her stuff that she has going on with the princess. So I think that's inhibiting her ability to be like, no, I'm Sylphie. So I kind of think that's where they're leaning towards with that.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It'll be. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. I'm wondering if that's going to be like the end of the. This is two core, so the end of this core kind of thing is when
Hmm.
he's going to find out who Fitz actually is.
Yeah, I could see that probably being the case.
And
So
then
going along
so
with the figures being made, I mean, what is your thought of that whole bit of the? I mean, that kind of took up the rest of the episode.
yeah, so I kind of want to just start from the beginning. So the reason why it's not working is because Zenoba has basically the super strength and he can't be delicate with anything. I thought they were going to kind of try and work with stone, not clay, like basically make giant sculptures, but that's not where they
Hmm.
went.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. Seeing Zenoba's room, it really made me think that, but um, I kind of like seeing that they're starting with the basics and going, hey, you got to start here to be able to get to there. So I think that's a good start to it. And obviously, as we saw, Zenoba just is not able to handle doing all the small, delicate things that you have to do for sculpting.
Yeah. And then we have Fitz being like, well, this person used a slave. I'm going to say it right now. Obviously, we don't think that's a good idea, but it's what the story is. So we just got to kind of talk about it.
Yep.
It's, we know they're going to treat him well. So there's that at least. Rudy was willing to kill her if that's what she wanted. So, and just to put her out of her misery. But that's not what
Hmm.
happened. And I like what they're trying to do and use that incantationless magic by teaching her at a young age. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point is that uh, Fitz is like, hey, I think at a young age that it's easier for them to learn the incantationless magic and then also at the same time get more mana, which is completely opposite from what they teach. So I think that's a very intriguing point, and I'm very curious how that's going to turn out with her.
Yeah, it's
And I mean, we kind of end up seeing them go to the slave area. I don't know what they called it exactly, but where they go to choose who they're going to get, and they let the slave master know, hey, we need someone young uh, that doesn't know a whole lot about magic. So they introduced them to a 6-year-old dwarf girl. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but kind of where we left off was they chose a dwarf girl because of the dwarf's abilities to use their hands to create very intricate, and I mean, dwarfs are kind of well known for being able to create really good products and whatnot. So they believe that to be one of the best solutions. So they kind of end the episode at that point with them all sitting around the table, and they ask her name, and she spews off a bunch of different things that they're kind of like, oh, it's very common practice for dwarfs to not be named until they're 7. So they start talking about what name they should use for her, and Zenoba kind of butts up and says Julius, and everybody's like, well, that's kind of a male's name, so let's at least do Juliet. And everyone else agrees, and they go with that. And honestly, she looks pretty happy about that being her name. And that's really kind of where the episode ended. And as always, just make sure you follow the Animaze show. We always have great new content coming up for all the upcoming animes, starting to get back a little bit more into the memes, trying to get your guys' engagement. Engagement's the role for us. I mean, that really helps us out and helps us do what we need to do to keep providing this awesome content for you guys. Make sure you guys check out the Anime Lounge podcast everywhere you can watch or listen to podcasts. You can also catch this on YouTube, not just Facebook. So I hope everybody enjoys these episodes, and we'll definitely be continuing to do them.